G'day, fellas, and welcome to game number 10 of the Outback Octagon. Today we are on Hallowed Spring. Hallowed Spring? Yeah, Hallowed Spring. Just making sure I got that correctly. So we're back once again. We got the gold in the middle of the map, and already Wham with his dock. He's doubling down on the dock, and you love to see it. And have a look at this spawn that he's got, by the way. Wow, wowee, wow. You know how YouTube works? How when you watch one video of Borat, as an example, then it just, like, you go to your homepage and there's like 46 videos of Borat in there, and it's like, well, I gotta click one of these videos. And so you just end up watching all of these videos of Borat. Anyway, that's where I've been for the last couple of days. How you doing? Let's get into it. Town centers are coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce our players for today. Starting with, at the 2 o'clock position, in the color yellow, playing as the Mongols, representing Team Canada. Oh, Canada. It's Wham 01. He's got a couple of deer packs nearby. Definitely not as many as he had last game, though I guess you could probably say that about all of these players. In the south of the map, in the color green, playing as the Abbasids, representing Team United States, it's Fei Chan. To her west, in the color orange, playing as the Juicy Legacy, once again very close to Fei, representing Team Netherlands, it's Don Artie. In the west of the map, in the color red, playing as the French, representing Team Elephant and Team China, it is CSO. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. In the color purple, playing as the Rus, representing Team Australia, it's Giacchino, aka Pepino Pig. In the north of the map, very close to each other, representing Team China and on Team Elephant, playing in the pink as Jeanne of Arc, it's Louis MT. And to his north, in the color teal, playing as the English, representing Team France, it's Elyona. And finally deciding to put down some roots on the Malians, in the color blue, representing Team Fox, all the way from Spain. It's a very slow, a very patient, methodical vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hallowed Spring. A pleasure to have your company. A little bit less deer on this map. If you didn't watch the last one, wow, there was a little bit of deer, but there's a lot less this time. Anyway, it looks like we've got a scout that might potentially go down early on. You hate to see it. Pepino Pig losing out her scout so early. CSO kind of come through, manages to pick up the sheep as well. And keep in mind, they are right next to each other, so she's going to be easily able to replace this scout. It doesn't hurt her too much, but obviously it still hurts. It's still painful. You know, if there was one civ you would want to be when you're losing a scout, it would be the Rus. Because you don't actually lose any time off the town center, and it's probably going to delay your age up by, like, I don't know, 4 seconds or something like that. It's not going to be a big deal. Probably, you know, not even that. Maybe 3.8 seconds. It's a small amount. All right, well, let's check in and see how Wham's doing. Keep in mind, Wham is over on the east side all by himself, and he's playing the Mongols. This is a dangerous combo. A really dangerous combo, because he's got access to the Kashik, and if he wants to stay in the Feudal Age, he can do that. He doesn't have to, but he can do that. Keep in mind that when you go up to the Castle Age, you are at risk of, well, not at risk, but you don't get awarded as many points for your kills. So you ideally want to try and kill people in the Second Age if that's the kind of play style that you're looking at. But another thing to note is that when you go from Feudal Age to Castle Age, all of your units get a nice little boost to the amount of torch damage that they do. So perhaps he'll think about going up to the Castle Age, maybe looking to grab a whole bunch of Kashyyyks and then maybe run over the top of a couple of neighbors that are unfortunately a bit too close to each other. If you had to give a favorite, like, right now, if I was a betting man, and I am, I would be taking odds on Wham at like $1.10. So you give me $1 and say, I want to bet my money on Wham. When Wham wins, I'd give you $1.10 back. That is how low his odds are to win this game. So I'm just going to put that out there right now. If Wham loses this game somehow, I'm going to be impressed at whoever does it, because they will be the true underdog. That is for sure. Let's check in and see how Ilyona is doing. This is not going to be an easy game for him. Last game, you know what? I'm not going to tell you about last game. If you want to go watch it, you go watch it. But look, it wasn't this way in the last game. That's for sure. Louis MT, unfortunately, it was the same thing for Louis MT last game, poor guy. It wasn't a fun one, but it's not a terrible spot here. Gold underneath the town center. I mean, both of these guys have got gold under the TC. He's also got nearby the deer, which is always... well, I'm losing my words here. It's always really nice to have. Age up is starting to come through here as well for Ilyona. So going up with the Abbey of Kings. Let's check in over on that west side and see how we're doing. CSO with the School of Cavalry going to be coming online. And we can see right now that Pepino Pig, aka Giacchino, is looking for that Kremlin. Oh, she's getting quite close here as well. And this is a very aggressive Kremlin. This is basically saying, hey, CSO, I know you're a big... Oh, Lord. I know you're big and scary, but I reckon we can do it. And Pepino Pig not going to commit with all of her vills, instead just going to commit with some of her vills. We can see underneath, they're going to start taking damage. She's going to pull those vills now, though. If she wants to get this up, she needs to start fighting against the enemy vills. She can't just leave them to... Ooh, she's kind of doing some work right now, I'm not going to lie. Vills are taking damage, though. Can we swing this around? Hold on, let me see if I can swing... Let me see if I can swing it. I mean, we can swing it, but... Oh, even more vills... Oh, no. Oh, this is not looking pretty... She's going to get it up, but you know, at what cost? And it doesn't really deny your enemy a whole lot of stuff either. That's the other thing to remember. Like, sure, you got a Kremlin up, but like, what does it do? I'll give her that. She denies the wood. She denies the wood line. She's putting pressure now. The trouble that she's going to have is she's behind on that vill count. She's 8 vills behind now. She's lost a lot in this little engagement. And there's two schools of thought when it comes to this. It's if I'm going to go and I'm going to rush that Kremlin, it better be a good Kremlin, and I better bring a lot of vills. And she definitely went a little bit slower. Maybe she was thinking that the town center wouldn't have line of sight on her in that area. That's a lot of vills to lose. Hopefully she's going to find a way back into it. Might have to think about going into a second TC. That is what I would say. And just hope that you can play defensive enough and CSO gets attacked from behind. The trouble is, you're not. This is going to be a 1v1 with one of the best players in the world here. She's going to be in a really tough spot. Ilyona now going to reach that age up. We can see Vortex is only just clicking up now as well. Let's check in on our two guys in the middle as Joan of Arc's already making her way out. Keep in mind that... Oh, there's an out. There's an outpost. There's an outpost. Louis going to look to put pressure on this wood line. Vill's actually taking a little bit of damage. Going to have to cancel it and put it down a little bit closer. But have a look at this. English villagers coming forward. He's going to be able to pick one off. Going for the archer early on instead of going for the swordswoman. Definitely an interesting choice when it comes to playing Joan. Does he have the ability? He's got the ability to use Divine Arrow here. So could pick these off. But the outpost will get up. Now... Oh my lord, Fei Chan once again looking to pick on Don Artie. Don Artie, he's going to be holding his breath right now thinking, really, 2 games in a row, I'm going to spawn next to Fei? What are the odds? And she's just so aggressive out of the box here. Hasn't gone for the second TC. Drops the barracks, drops the range. Did go into the military wing as well. She is basically going all in right now to try and take Don out. Wham 1 finally reaching the feudal age. He's had a little bit of a nice time over here. Been very, very quiet for himself. He's doing a bit of fishing. Doing a little bit of fishing in the middle of the map. Very, very nice. Vortex now aging up as well. That's everybody in the feudal age. Welcome to your game. All right, so stable coming up now for Pepino Pig. Gosh, it's going to be a tough recovery for her to get back into this game. She's going to need to take out a lot of enemy vills if she wants to do it. And you can see that the town center did get cancelled over on this eastern position. So I didn't see exactly what happened, but judging by the knight numbers and the fact this scout's taken a bit of damage... There's a good chance she may have come in here and forced this cancellation. Or was... No, I take it back. I take it back completely. This was not her... This was not the town center of CSO. This was the town center of Vortex. And he made the decision to leave, get up and move the same way Jojo did. Leave. Get out. Leave. Right now. It's the end of you and me. You know, we got to do a little bit of Jojo. Was that a different song to... That's a different song, right? Do I actively reference 2 different JoJo songs in my casting? What's the other one? Oh, yeah, no. What's the other one? There's another song by JoJo. Ah. It's too late? Oh, I can't remember. Damn, dude. Anyway, I'm going to have to go look at the discography for JoJo after this. If you don't know JoJo, give it a quick Spotify, mate. You will thank yourself... for leaving it this late in your life and to discover a night numbers looking pretty decent at the moment. There's a good little fight coming out here. CSO once again got to get caught in these early game shenanigans. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. He wants to have that isolation, that same isolation that Wham's gotten. Speaking of isolation, have a look at this. He was late to the feudal age, but he is early, or at least going to be early, to the castle age. Meanwhile, let's check in with the Don, see how he's doing. Don, he got very angry at the deer, it seems, and has taken his anger out with a mill. That is a smart move. Now, can I just say, from the perspective of Faye, this is not going to be her day. Because the way that the Juicy Legacy capitalize on plays like this, that was an English king, thank the lords, that was an English king, is they push you and they kill you and they do a lot of damage with their Zhukunu, and you don't really have a counter to the Zhukunu. Even when you're going for the military wing, like, sure, she's got access to boot camp, which gives her a little bit of health, but comparing that to something like the extra attack speed you get playing as the Delhi, it's a different situation. It's a different scenario, and it's not going to be anywhere near as close. So it's going to be a very tough hold here for Faye. That is for sure. Don, he's gone for a couple of Zhukunu rushes before in FFA, and I suspect this one is going to be successful. The question is going to be whether he's going to be able to find the king kill early enough or not. We've seen him try his luck with it, but he's been pipped at the post a couple times. Let's check in and see, once again, how Wham's going to be doing as the age up comes through. That was a bit weird. I kind of clicked on it, and at the same time that he was aging up, and we never got the notification. Bit weird. All right, so he's castle age with a lot of vills on gold, prayer tents coming up, and a huge water economy. Meanwhile, have a look at the knight numbers. I didn't even realize Louis MT's invested heavily in knights. Push is coming to shove down here. Don continues to add in more and more Zhukunu. He does this in 1v1 as well. I've seen the guy. He's a scary player. Now Yona just pushing with the English. Actually, second game in a row with Yona on the English. Very, very nice RNG for him. Let's check in with Pepino Pig and see how she's doing. Team Australia. You know, we're cheering for her. Cheering for our girl right now. Go, go, go. Go, Giacchino. Go. Get him. Get him. Take down CSO. Good luck to you, but get him. Get him. Interestingly, we see from CSO moving into, obviously, a lot of knights, but archers as well. So now adding in the archers is going to mean that you've got a counter to the spears. But this is always something I love to do as the Chinese. You're going horsemen or knights together with the spears. It's going to do very well against the French. It really comes down to how well the French player can micro. And obviously CSO not going to be a slouch when it comes to micro. A very talented player. And these are really great trades here for Pepino Pig. She's doing a wonderful job on the offensive. And it's kind of wild to me that despite... Oh, have a look at this. Despite the aggression that we're seeing in this game early on, there's one guy who somehow managed to get himself out and just found a nice little safe space towards the west of the map. This could be the story of Vortex. This could be the story of a man who took a little bit long to place his town center down, but when he decided to get to business, he didn't mess around. He didn't waste time. How serious does he get though? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of serious though, Wham 01, 13 minutes and 37 seconds into the game. He's got an elite army right now that is looking... I don't know how many of you guys got that, but I hope there was at least one of you out there that was like, that was sick, Drongo. Good job. Because, yeah, he's getting a move on now. And Louis is undoubtedly going to be very concerned about the fact that he's got a Mongol player to his east who is very, very angry. Battering ram numbers looking good here for the Don. He's starting to get very fearsome. Zhukunu, have a look at this. 62 Zhukunu on the field now. Oh, poor Faye. The Zhukunu are just going to absolutely roll over the top of her. It's not even going to be close. These Zhugs do so well, especially with someone like Don. Look at the way he's microing as well, making sure he's focusing down all these archers. He just grabs a bunch, does a little bit of shift click, grabs another bunch, and they're just so well at kiting right now. So this is a tough spot here for Faye. Let's check in and make sure we're not missing any action anywhere else, as poor Pepino Pig looks like today she might become Piggy in the middle as things look to spiral out of control for her as well. Unfortunately, Vortex did get a little bit close for comfort. She's going to try her best to chase away the incoming troops. The spears are going to get picked off by the javelins, and she is not having a good day here. I guess that's the consequence of picking a fight early on, but have a look at this. Town center It's on low hit points here. The Zhukunu have well and truly rolled over the top of Faye. Don Artie double the score right now. Vils inside the town center. The king is still there, but hold your horses. CSO senses there's blood in the water. He knows the clock is ticking. The Zhukunu have got no response to this, and Fei Chan says, I needed a knight in shining armor. I just didn't realize it was going to be a French one. King about to come out. King on the ground. Fish out of water. Tries to snipe the king down. But he's got the king Vil bug. Oh, you hate when this happens in FFA. They're all stacked on top of each other. And look at the knight. No, Don, not like this. Not like this. He can't click the king because he's clicking the villagers instead. Oh, there he goes. He gets it. He gets the first blood in the dark, or the feudal age, and manages to take the kill. Oh, I was so worried for him right there. That's so damn frustrating. Oh my God, if you guys have played FFA before, you know about that. It's not really a bug, it's kind of intended, but when all the units are stacked on top of each other, the king's sitting at the bottom. And so you're trying to attack the king, but you can't because all the villagers are technically on top of him. Whew. Manages to get it. Well done, Don. And now, Don's got his points. He's happy. He's like, I got first blood. I got a kill in the feudal age. I'll roll over and die. King is out of water. She's trying to get the king away. Wants to get him down to the Kremlin. You can see with the amount of knights she's got here, she does have the opportunity to try and shepherd him down, but you can see Vortex realizes that. She could look to try and bait out the king on the top side and then bring those javelin over. She manages to come back around the way. All of the Donzos now going to be diving inside. Meanwhile, on the south side, Don under a little bit of pressure. We head back towards her base as the king is about to pop. Poor Giacchino, the king, he's out. Could look to use the movement speed. She's going to use it, but unfortunately, she's got nowhere to go, and the king's got to go down. Pepino Pig eliminated at 16 minutes and 48 seconds with Vortex. Managing to pick up a kill this early on in the game, despite placing that TC so damn late. But hold on. Speaking of kills, have a look at this. Wham-O-1 says, I'm the bigger fish today, my friend, and I'm hungry. I want to eat dinner. And Don Artie, unfortunately tonight, mate, you are dinner. You know, that's the unfortunate thing about people attacking your town center. When you utilize the king ability to see everybody on the map, you see a whole bunch of town centers, but that's all you see. If you see someone attacking a town center, that's a different thing, because now all of a sudden, why are they attacking that town center? Why aren't they defending their town center? That could be free real estate right there. King, did the king get out? The king got out into the outpost. Still back here. We've got plenty of health on this town center. We're not going to worry about this fight because Don Artie may be our third person going out of this game. As the king is on the ground, he gets it into the village. He is living his best life right now. Go, Don. Live longer. He's got spears coming out as well. 26 vils and -2 wood. But I tell you what, Don has never been harder, ladies and gentlemen. He is having so much fun. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't, but I have to. King goes down. Don goes out. He tried his best, but unfortunately, it wasn't long enough. And that's what she said. Poor Don. It's all right. Oh, Don Artie. He is a slippery son of a bitch, isn't he? He is one sneaky eel. And wow. We may have ourselves another kill coming in for Vortex here. You can see that Louis been doing his best to work down Elyona as much as he can in this game. But that is on the condition that Wham-O-1 doesn't have something to say about it. Jean returns to the battlefield, but is it going to be in time to take down the town center? Vortex says no. I was channeling my inner alien, ancient aliens. John comes out again. Look at Vortex. Look at Vortex. He wants it. Let me in. Let me in, he says as he screams. Vil goes down. King's going to expose himself. A couple of Keshiks make their way, but the snipe. Oh my God, Vortex got it. Or rather, Wham got it. Wham sniped out the king. How did he do that? Can we get an instant replay on that one? Right. Oh my Lord, there's so many Keshiks. There are so many. This is going to be a quick game. This is going to be a quick game. There are so many Keshiks. This is going to be a quick game, ladies and gentlemen. There are so many Keshiks. Somebody stop the Keshiks, please. You've got to remember, he has been farming all of the fish in the middle of the map. He's still going out here. He was the only one to do it. He's at isolation. He's gone straight into the Keshiks. He got the worst FFA civ on the Mongols, and he's just absolutely cleaned up. How many people now? Don in the south picks up another kill in the north. Wham-O-1 is hungry today. Manages to chase away that enemy army. Wants to avoid Vortex getting any kills here. Keeps a couple of units back, and you can see it's so smart of him to do this. He wants to make sure those javelins aren't in reach of the enemy king. He wants to make sure he gets the kill. He doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to coin flip here. He says, I'm going to make sure that kill is mine. chases away that army of Vortex, and with Vortex losing all this army, just remember, after this, Wham is going to be going one place and one place only. It is straight to Vortex's base. And it's just a case of when you get players that all spawn so close together, it naturally happens where there's kind of this domino effect where you've got two on the south that are fighting against each other, and then the dominoes come through, King gets sniped out, and Louis MT is going to be taken out again. Well, he didn't win the last one, I'll tell you that much, in this game. We'll right on board with Wham because he's looking pretty safe at this stage of the game. Very, very impactful throughout this game already, and he immediately makes his run over towards the blue base. Wow, we've seen plenty of bloodbaths before when it comes to the Octagon. Quick games, but I don't know if we've ever seen one that has the potential to be this quick. This is a sub 25-minute game potentially. This is this is a yikes right here. Spears on the north side making their way through. There's a couple Donzos as well, but I'm not too fussed about it, and I don't think Wham is either. Our only hope right now is that CSO somehow manages to kick it into 5th gear. And you want to know the worst part? He's got 3 TCs. He's kicking it into 17th gear. The trouble is, the car doesn't have 17 gears. He's actually driving a truck, and the truck is not fast. It is a slow truck. And look, even though he's in the 17th gear, as the King goes down once again, Wham is just cleaning up. Wham's not messing around. He's not mucking around. Straight away begins to beeline towards CSO. And CSO, you know, sure, if you get behind him, you can get a nice little slipstream going. The trouble is, he's a truck, but he's not a very big truck. He's got 17 gears, but the load, it's not very wide. Oh, no. This is gonna be bad. CSO. I'm sorry, my friend. You had a good game last game. I'll give you that. But this game... Oh, yeah. You hear that? You hear that sound? You hear that sound? That's the Mongols. That's the Mongols. Yep. That is the sound of the Mongol. Oh, he just comes around the back and immediately surrenders. He's like, yep, that's an army for sure. Wow. Okay, so let this be a lesson to all you aspiring FFA players out there. The water, it's kind of good, especially if you are uncontested on it. Even though it's not deep sea fish, Wham 01 still leveraged that water incredibly well. Take a look at this economic count early on in the game. Everybody else is waiting for their second TC. Wham says, hey, you don't need to wait with me, baby. You hop in the car, let's go. And he goes to the moon immediately. CSO tries to catch up to him, but by that point, he's already leveraged that lead, that economic lead, and you could just see the power that he's got. Absolutely incredible. What a game by Wham 01. Picks up a lot of points in this game. A huge amount of points that he's managed to get. Fortunately, he was in the Castle Age, so it's not going to be too bad for the other players out there, but definitely a very quick game. What a bloodbath of a game right there. You know, sometimes you see games where players forget about the Chinese, but today they forgot about the water and they forgot about the Wham. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and of course, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.